Support for this podcast comes from the law firm of Davis Malm. Whether you're a developer, property owner, manager, or commercial tenant, their real estate attorneys know the lay of the land, not just the law. Learn more at davismalm.com.
WBUR Podcasts, Boston.
I'm Daryl C. Murphy, and you're listening to The Common. Today's guest, this is fun. This is going to be a lot of fun, y'all. So today's guest came on the scene in 2014 with the single Shoutout.
Shout out to the money, love the drugs. Shout out to the money from the drugs. It's just a drug show on money, love. Shout out to, shout out to.
And then dropped his debut album, Suffolk County, in 2015, which helped him land a deal with RCA Records. He went independent in 2020, make a note. In 2018, he became the first hip-hop artist to win Artist of the Year at the Boston Music Awards. And he got the honor 2 more times in 2019 and 2022. Please, without any further ado, Dorchester native, one of the artists leading the charge to put Boston's hip-hop scene on the map, cousin Stizz. Stizz, thank you so much for being here.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for that intro. That was dope.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, Stizz, we got you here because we want to talk about the Commonwealth Fest, this event that you put together that's taking place Saturday, September 16th at the Seaport. Talk to me about this event and how it came together.
Oh, man, this has been something that's been in the making for years, man. Like, this is before anybody heard any of our music, any of my music, when we were just on the docks dreaming. You know, this is one of the things we would always talk about. So this has been something that we've been dreaming about for forever, and we've been kind of trying to pitch to the city for forever. And for it to finally come into fruition is just, you know, it's beautiful, man.
And so on to the event itself, the lineup you have is very Boston heavy, of course, right?
For sure.
You got Michael Christmas, right, who's a close friend of yours, Key, Nay Speaks, Super Smash Bros, Clark D, and more, right? It's a solid lineup here.
Shout out to them, man.
Yeah, right? And I'm seeing these artists and, you know, the position you're in, right? And it seems you are very clearly taking on this role of bringing the spotlight to the area with this event, right? Talk to me about how important that is for you.
I think it's super important, man. It's one of those things that I didn't have, you know, coming up. So, and it was one of those things like I said, we've always talked about. It wasn't like it was anyone's fault or anything like that. It just wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
For me, you know, whenever things happen, and as grateful as I am, and I'm thankful for everything I get, but I always had it in the back of my mind to be like, yo, like, it's still tough. I remember how hard it was for me. You make things look like it's easy, you know what I'm saying? But it's not. I just didn't want it to be that difficult for anybody else.
Yeah. Well, talk to me about some of those struggles. Talk to me about how hard it was.
Well, I come from a city that's not, it's not a music city, especially like at that time, you know, when I was coming up, like, 2014, right?
Mm-hmm.
The infrastructure wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a blueprint for us. There wasn't a proof of example for me to look at. There wasn't a point of reference for me to look at. There wasn't even somebody for me to holler at and be like, yo, how can I, you know what I'm saying? I just remember how hard it was. I didn't want it to be that tough. I don't want anybody else to like have to go through the same pitfalls. We're a city that's focused on school, and that's great. We're a city that's focused on tech, and that's great. But at the same time, there's a lot of art here. There's a lot of kids that do those same things, but with the art. You know what I'm saying? They could change lives too, but with the art. If everybody had the same opportunity that I had, you know, because you just never know, bro. You just never know who could be bigger than Stizz, and they hit that stage, and then that starts something.
Right. Well, you know, I'm thinking about this festival, and I think back to when I first moved to Boston just a little over 2 years ago, right? Of course, like, when I got here, I wanted to get familiar with the scene, right? I wanted to get familiar with, like, who's out here spitting, who's making music, etc. And your name was among the first to come up. And then Millie's came up, Bia came up, Van Buren. These are just some of the artists I can name right now, right? There's so many dope artists here in Boston, and it seems like there's something happening. Do you feel like there's a shift happening in the region right now?
Yeah, but I think that's natural, bro. Like when an entity happens or an energy happens, it's only natural for other energies to also grow. Things like this got to keep going on, and not just like the fest is it's a beautiful thing, but for me, it's just step one. The talent is just going to keep spilling out. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to keep happening. That funny thing called time, bro, is just going to keep sparking new talent, new energy, new entities, bro, all the time.
You can't beat time.
You can't
beat time. I mean, tell me, how does it feel to see, other artists from the Boston area, like, getting some shine, man? Like, I'm online, I'm on Instagram, and I see Millie's, like, posing with Drake and, like, posting plaques and stuff like that. I'm looking at you in LA doing your thing with the cars and all that. Like, what is it like for you to see this type of energy, coming out of the region?
It's dope, man. It's dope. And because it's something that everybody's been fighting for a really long time. Like a lot of those people who you mentioned before, they've been doing anything before me. You know what I'm saying? So like to see them get their flowers is beautiful, bro. Like it's really tight.
I want to bring it back to Commonwealth Fest and ask you about the location, because the Seaport for this event feels perfect in a way, right? Because we are talking about uplifting Boston artists. And just the talent that's here. And I feel like to put it in a place like the Seaport is just really, really fresh,
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Well, shout out to the city, man. Shout out to the mayor. Honestly, like they reached out, bro. Like when we...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was the city that made that happen. Like shout out to the city because it was in Medfield and they reached out and honestly hit us with a bunch of venues. And that's the one we chose.
Somebody in City Hall gets it.
I'm not gonna lie, the mayor gets it, man. I've had a few conversations with her. I've met her in person. I've talked to her about this. So shout out to the city. They really are starting to get it. Like I'm not joking.
We're gonna take a quick break, but we'll be right back.
Did you kill Marlene Johnson?
I think you're one of the first people to have actually asked.
From WBUR and ZSP Media, this is Beyond All Repair, a new podcast about an unsolved murder that will leave you questioning everything.
Somebody should be in jail for murdering my sister.
A woman who's never been believed.
As long as they think I have done this, then they're not looking for who actually did this.
And that's what makes it a cold case.
No, it's a botched case.
And a search for the truth, once and for all.
Wow, it just gets more interesting.
Beyond All Repair. Listen and follow wherever you get your podcasts.
Be careful. You're digging in a place that's been very peaceful for a while.
Do it anyway. Dig.
And we're back with more from Cousin Stizz. I do want to take a minute and focus on you for a second. You got a new album coming out soon, am I right?
I do.
What can we expect and when can we expect it?
Man, a lot of fun on that one, yo. I'm really having a good time right now. I'm not gonna joke. There's a lot of work being done with everything, obviously with the festival. I was trying to juggle that and make the music at the same time. But I'm just finding a really good flow. Really happy with the music, man. Really excited to drop it. Man, can't wait for y'all to have this one.
What I really appreciate about your music, right, is your flow. Like I listen to you and it's almost like I'm listening to your voice like an instrument. And it sounds like what we can expect with the new album is you're having a lot more fun with that. It's like you're getting more comfortable. This is album 6, right? So
yeah, bro. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Hey, they done let me get good at making this music thing, man. Like when I came in the gate, I had just started making music. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that had happened, like the Shoutout, all that was my 3rd song. You get what I'm saying? Like, I got time to like really lock in and like really start having fun with this music again. It feels like when I started making music and just having fun, but in a different way because now I know what I could really do.
Word. Well, also with that, I'm curious to know, who are you listening to now that's inspiring you?
I'm not even gonna front you, bro. I'm not even trying to sound like that guy neither. But I've really only been listening to me.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that.
Especially to find inspiration, bro. I'm really trying to beat myself. Like, I'm not even joking, bro. I'm just...
So, for the folks who are not familiar with Cousin Stizz's catalog, what song should they start out with if they want to get to know you?
Right now, start with the newest one, man.
Okay, is that Rolly, right?
Start with the newest. Start with Rolly, because that's what we at. That's what we at.
Hey, yo, I might just crash. I run the time out of breath until my feet drag. Young niggas came up in last. Reverse the curse, mission one and got us a stash. All my dreams and quarter keys sat inside the book bag. You and I both came from nothing, so I split it in half.
If you want to know about me, bro, that's where we at right now. So start there.
That.
And then we can find everything. If you want to dig, you can dig. But if you want to know where we at, that's where we at.
Rolly it is.
Mm-hmm.
And Stizz, I gotta ask you this because it's September, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a big move-in month for the city.
It is.
And some folks listening to this, they might be looking for some spots around the city. What are some of your favorite places to visit when you come home to Boston?
It's the usual suspects, bro. It's like literally the spots I grew up, like to give me peace of mind and like to get away from everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be at like Bodega, kicking it, get some gear. Go over to Concepts, get me some gear, kick it on Newberry. Go over to Salty Girl for some seafood if I want that. Dino's got me on a good sub if I really need that.
Every time I think of Bodega, I know it's on Mass Ave.
Bodega's right off Mass Ave, like Clearway Street, I think that's the name of the street.
It looks just like a bodega, too.
Yeah, literally. literally. But that's my stomping grounds, man. That's like where I grew up, bruh. I've been there since they opened up. So.
And where's Dino's?
Dina's in the North End. Good subs. You already know the Italian folks hold it down with the subs, man.
All right, bet. So
go there, go to La Pearl for some good Haitian food, bro. It does. I'm a foodie, bro. I will pay top dollar for the grub.
All right, bet. So maybe we'll have you back on and we'll have a food tour with Cousin Stizz.
For sure, bro. I chef it up too, man. We could do the whole thing. We could do it up.
Bet. You could cook too.
What? Bruh, come on, man.
What's your favorite dish to cook?
I don't really have a favorite. Actually, you know what I do? When I'm rapping, because I'm rapping a lot these days. So I feel like I've been making the same meals. I box a lot too. So like I don't have too much time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just make some wings, bro. I go get a 9-pack of wings, a 10-pack of wings. Go ahead, throw me like 5 of them joints in there. Right when I come back, you feel me? Throw it in there with some rice. Eat that, go to sleep, wake up, do some rapping, finish off the pack. When I'm done rapping, probably repeat the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I ain't mad at wings and rice, bro.
Bro, it's easy. And it's like, and I cook. And see, that makes me sound like I can't cook. I really, really, really can cook.
Absolutely. Man, Stizz, I could sit here with you all day, man.
Oh, me too, bro. Easy, bro.
I really appreciate you coming through to the Common and talking
man.
With us about Commonwealth Fest.
No pun intended.
Yeah, right? And Commonwealth Fest goes down, again for folks, on September 16th. And the address is 65 Northern Avenue in the Seaport. So this is an outdoor event. So hopefully the weather holds up and it's good.
Yeah, I can't wait to see y'all there, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, where can folks get tickets?
Man, they're online, CommonwealthFest.com. But you can also go to CousinStizz.com. There's music on there. Check it out. You know what I mean?
Yep. All right, so get tickets at CommonwealthFest.com and listen to some music.
There we go.
At CousinStizz.com. Get caught up. Yo, Stizz, man, thank you so very much for taking the time to do this. I really, really appreciate it.
Man, anytime, man. Anytime. Appreciate you having me, man.
Oh, yeah. That's Boston MC Cousin Stizz. And that's our show for today. Thank you so much for listening to The Common. If you like what you're hearing, please go to wherever you listen to podcasts, especially Apple or Spotify. Rate and review us. We would really, really appreciate it. Thank you ahead of time. Also, if you want to get in contact with us, hit us up on Instagram or Twitter at WBUR-TheCommon, or send us an email at thecommon@wbur.org. Let us know if you're going to Commonwealth Fest, who you're looking forward to seeing. Anyways, I'm Daryl C. Murphy, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.